You're in week 4, and in week 4 we're looking at the Psalm and the Proverbs as a way of understanding the context, both the Old and New Testament. You can remember that the Psalms are the songbook of Israel, and they use that as a way for their own worship time before God. The Psalms are unique in that many of us look to the Psalms for comfort, for times of wisdom and seeking guidance from the Lord. And we can really resonate with David and the other authors as they are dealing with temptation. They're dealing with sin in their life. They're dealing with struggle, personal conflict, even running from the Lord. And so in many ways, when we consider the songbook of Israel, it's a way to generate excitement. Also, it's a book that many people go to in times of great struggle during funerals and times of trial. I have found in ministry, people who don't know the Lord often want me to read Psalm 23 and the shepherd's psalm as they have described it. And so we go to the wisdom found in the literature of the psalm and see how the author unpacks, and in many ways, the Old Testament, the law of God before us. And then we move to the Proverbs, and we also find that the Proverbs is nuggets of truth that we can apply in daily life, and they are principles that can be looked to for help. We don't want to treat them as promises, as some may have interpreted it or applied in past, but we want to look at it as what are these principles of wisdom, such as the wisdom cries out into the street. It encourages us to seek the Lord. It tells us wise relationships are indeed trustworthy and deliver us from a snare. And so these are things that we look to for encouragement, decision making, but they are not promises that you and I can apply. So where do we go? Well, I want you to look at this section as an inspired section that God has given to you and I. And so we need to interpret it with careful eyes. Genre in the Psalms with rhymed lines, and as you think about the chiastic structure of the many of the Psalms that we have, you're just not going to be able to interpret it like a New Testament passage or even a narrative. So you're going to have to take on a different perspective there, a different application in the end. See Vang and Carter in regards to that, and also Klein as he helps you work through genre and poetic structure within the Old Testament. So I hope that helps you as you look at week 4 and consider it. Please note that this is my attempt to discuss this within the discussion portal, and I plan to follow up with another post by video at the end of the week. Be encouraged.